Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back for some more Dominion 6. Last time we looked at Shitoto from the Lenin Project mod. Surprisingly underpowered, it felt. Hard to say. I made that big stink about how I don't really use mages too much, and I probably could have benefited from using mages a significant amount, like on the battlefield with evocations. But we just didn't really have a solid roster to work with, you know? Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know. I don't know. There was summons, but I don't know. Hard to say. Probably deserve more time, but I was also pretty tired, so that might have affected something. Let's roll up another one and see how it goes. 67. We already did that. That was Makai. 55. That was EA Deseret, Bountiful Land. 91. Alright, that is one we can do. That is MA Androphagia. I think that's possibly from the Africa mod, but let me double check. It might be a standalone thing. It is a standalone thing, okay. So, we will, enable MA... Oh, boy. Couldn't make it easy, huh? Did I say MA? Yeah, MA. It's called on the workshop MA Androphagia. It's obviously not there. It's not under Androphagia. I definitely have it installed. Yeah, okay. Just checking. Oh, there it is. I'm an idiot. Alright. Good. Let's do it up again. 291, 292, 292, MA, blah, blah, blah. You'll notice how few water nations we play. Like, I feel like Enraged Eggplant was the only one making any water nations. No one else has any interest in them. In earlier times, the Armorian Empire had an uneasy peace with Sauromatia after a series of inconclusive wars. After much of the empire collapsed with the unholy rites that caused the Great Cataclysm, the surviving Emerald Empire in the east turned their attention to the swamps of Pythia, conquering and assimilating many of the Sauromatian Amazon tribes, incorporating their worship of the Great Hydras. However, the barbaric and cannibalistic rituals of the Androphages were too much for more civilized men to accept, and the better-armed Emerald Legions fought the Androphages almost to their extinction. In an act of desperation, the Witch Kings summoned ancient beings that were present during primordial times before complex life existed. Not content for mere sacrifices of human blood, these beings demanded to possess and merge with their living hosts. Under the leadership and guidance of their new benefactors, the surviving Witch Kings led their tribes away from Pythia to new coastal marshlands. Now, with the awakening god, the forces of Androphagia seek to spread like a plague over the land. So we have humans, swamp-dwelling cannibals with partial disease resistance, primordial creatures, and abominations. Stealthy light infantry and archers, serpent riders, shapeshifters. Blood magic, nature, some earth and water, rare death. Weak priests, labs and temples at half price in swamps, standard forts. Yeesh. Witches familiar, flying, stealth 50, 22 map move. Raid leader, 75 leadership, stealth 50, pillager 5, disease resist 50. Androphage, 100 leadership, swimming, swamp survival inspirational 1, disease resist 50. Marsh Witch can also be recruited in all swamps. 1 water, 1 nature. Water, earth, nature, blood. Fortune Teller 5, Death Curse. Well, if I was excited ever about Moss Body spam like I used to be, they could certainly do it. And they also come with 2 large spiders in every battle. Medusa. 310 gold, 4 recruitment points. Ouch. 2 earth, 1 nature, 1 blood, 1 holy. Earth, water, nature, blood, 10% for another one. 15 research is a little rough for 4 recruitment points. They do have recuperation, disease resist 99. They are 2 earth mages, though. So they have some value. Lady in Waiting, cap only. Nature 1, blood 1. Shape change, Lady in Waiting. Stealth 60, recuperation, assassin zeros. Sorry, spy. They can shape change into something. They're sent to mingle with and spy on foreign courts and assassinate important leaders, aided by vile magic and horrific spider-like appendages that sprout from their backs at will. Yeesh. They only have 5 hit points, so I assume, yeah, the second shape has probably a bit more beefiness to it. Witch King, cap only. 495 gold, 4 recruitment points, 150 leadership, 50 magic, 70 undead, 1 water, 2 nature, 2 blood, 1 holy, water, death, nature, blood. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Could maybe Light Thug, possibly with some other sacreds. I don't know. Hard to say. Interestingly, we don't have like a big powerful mage then, so we're probably just going to be spamming Marsh Witches. So Moss Body spam is on the menu. Perhaps this is finally the run where I'll just have 40 mages and they all cast Moss Body. We'll see. Units. We got the Androphagia Hunter. 8 protection on the body, nothing on the head. Pretty average. Stealth 40. They have a club and a composite bow. Range 40, 13 piercing. Solid enough archer. Hunter with spear and net. Same stats across the board. 10 attack on the spear, 13 damage, and a net. Once per battle. Spearman. 10 protection. With helm. 13 defense with parry 4 shield. That's nice. 11 MR, 11 morale. Stealth 40. Pillager. They have an 11 attack spear, 14 damage, and can throw paralytic darts. Range 11, 10 precision, 11 piercing twice. Max 1 point of damage. But if it does any damage, it does 50 armor negating fatigue. That's honestly a pretty solid ranged weapon heading into battle. Huh. Androphagia Raider. 10 protection, 12 defense with the shield, 11 MR, 11 morale. They have an axe, 11 attack, 19 damage, and the paralytic darts. I wouldn't say it's better. But it depends. Losing the defense and losing the length 3 weapon just to get 5 more damage. Yeah, it's up to you. Different raider with a short sword instead. So he's got 14 defense and the shield. That's a pretty nice number. Still hard to say though. Still kind of like that spear, but They have 12 attack on the sword for 16 damage. Sort of, kind of, trying to get best of all worlds except for repel. But, yeah, it's not bad. Archer. 10 protection on the body and helmet. They have 9 protection, blah, blah, blah. Good stuff. They have a hatchet, 12 attack, 16 slashing, and the poison bow. Range 40, 12 precision, 13 piercing, plus weak poison. Kind of nice not to have to buff them with Hail of Serpent Fangs. They just have poison bows. But, unless we're going to use Sacreds or something with poison resist, sort of an iffy proposition. Witch Guard. 12 hit points, 13 protection, 15 defense with a shield, 12 MR, 12 morale, 13 attack broadsword for 18 damage. What they don't have is the paralytic darts. So compared to the raider with sword, you're gaining an attack, 2 damage, and 3 protection on the body, and 1 defense. You are gaining quite a bit for very little extra cost. You're just losing the paralytic darts. So it's a question of how good is this? I don't know. I think it's pretty good. So it's 11 piercing. 2 attacks. So they really throw it just twice immediately and that's it. 11 piercing. If it does any amount of damage, it'll be 1 damage. And then it's 50 armor negating fatigue, which is pretty impactful right before you get into a fight. How impactful is 50 fatigue? Well, you recover from it pretty quick, so it's kind of hard to say. So that would immediately cause them to lose 5 defense and 2 attack. But they're going to recover 1 fatigue per round. This is range 11. Most things are speed 10 or 11 or so. So they'll have 1 round to get in there. So, you know, they'll have 49 fatigue or something by the time they reach. So, let's say -4 defense. That's basically adding 4 attack to our short swords before, you know, for contact. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. They also will lose 2 attacks, so it's basically like gaining 2 defense to 16 defense. Granted, it's not going to do it a lot of time, because this is MA, and 11 piercing's not that amazing. But if we were to throw it at ourselves, on average, it would hit and apply the 50 fatigue. So I kind of value it a good amount, but I think it's worth some testing. Worm Serpent. Limited to 5 per turn. 28 hit points, 8 protection, 10 defense, 5 MR, 13 morale, 18 speed, undisciplined, with a 13 attack, 15 damage, poisonous bite, 20 armor negating fatigue. We don't have tight rain on anything as far as I saw, so it's a little iffy. Kind of hard to maneuver, especially with 18 speed. You know, they just rush in and die. Androphagia. 12 hit points on the rider, 12 protection, 17 defense with a parry 4 shield, 11 MR, 13 morale, 18 speed. They have a light lance, 12 attack, 15 damage, plus light charge bonus. And then the serpent is basically the same thing we just looked at. It's a light cav. Yeah, it's a light cav, because the mount still only has 8 protection and 5 MR. The rider is sort of more geared for a medium cav, but it is a size 4 mount. So he will actually be tanking most of the hits. I would say it's viable if we don't go for archers, obviously, because they're not sacred, so we can't get any poison resist on the rider without spells. Maybe. Doppelganger Warrior, cap only, sacred. 5 hit points. But they have a second shape, which I can't see unless it's... oh, here it is. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. So the main guy, 5 hit points, 10 protection, 13 defense with shield, 13 MR, 15 morale, 10 speed, poison resist 5 already built on, stealth 40, recuperation, also swamp survival if we wanted to cast Quagmire or something, disease resist 99, affliction resistance 3, 11 attack, 16 damage spear, and the paralytic darts, range 13, 13 max 1 plus paralyzing poison. Obviously we like that a lot. Without the second shape, obviously they have major hit point issues, but that's to be expected. Beyond that, they're essentially just the spearmen, like blow for blow. They get slightly extra strength and the built-on recuperation plus poison resist, but essentially the same thing. But being sacred makes that pretty good. The warrior, the doppelganger warrior, once shapeshifted, so once it goes down to 0, it's gonna pop back with 15 hit points, 12 protection, 13 defense, 13 MR, 15 morale, poison resist 10, bad formation fighter 2, reanimator 50, so anything, 50% of the things it kills will be reanimated as soulless. The spear, 11 attack, 16 damage. 2 tentacles, 11 attack, 8 armor piercing. And a life drain tentacle, 11 attack, 18 armor piercing. That's pretty good. Honestly, kind of dummy good. Because if we boost the strength, yeah. So, I mean, this rides off of strength directly, and so does the life drain tentacle. So, every point of strength adds 1 damage to all these things. And that includes the life drain. So, you might not need enchanted blood. I'm not sure what happens if you're in the main form and you have Undying without any regen. If you just die afterwards, or if you go into the second shape and you're fine. I'm not sure about that. Don't know if I want to risk it. So probably we'll still take Undying. But I'm thinking maybe like max fucking bless on this shit. Like full stat bless. We also have Doppelganger Archer, cap only sacred, that have the poison bows instead. With hatchets. They don't have shields though. And it's a length 1 weapon. The second shape does maintain the bow and the hatchet, but adds the 2 tentacles and the life drain. But I think the melee dudes are better. So yeah, I'm thinking big ass sacreds and the archers with poison bows. They're not too hefty on resources, only costing 11. The archers only cost 10, so we don't need too much resources at all. We could probably slide by with Sloth 2, which is good, because I'd also probably want Order 2. We also get summons. Oh, Lord. The Primordial Presence. 130 hit points. Size 8. 6 protection, 7 defense, 18 MR, 30 morale, 2 nature, 3 blood, water, death, nature, sacred, reforming flesh 20%, fear 10, blunt, pierce resist, poison 25, undead, spirit sight, slimer 2, unsurroundable 1 with a devour, AoE 1, and steel strength. 26 armor negating. Okay, we got Hydra hatchlings, primordial blobs. Primordial blobs have 35 hit points, 5 protection, 8 defense, blunt, pierce, resist, recuperation, corpse eater 2 up to 5,000 hit points, blind, unsurroundable 1, a life drain tentacle, and 2 normal armor piercing tentacles. Crazy. Okay. The Primordial Giant. 73 hit points, size 7, 12 protection, 14 MR, 50 morale, blunt pierce resist, 10 attack, Great Club, length 3 for 34 damage. Giant Snail. I'm pretty sure a lot of these are taken from Conquest of Elysium. Sprite-wise. 54 hit points, 23 fucking protection, 11 MR, 15 morale, 4 speed. Has a 9 attack, 20 damage, armor piercing crush, and can spit poison. Range 20, 10 armor negating poison. 5 shots. Giant Puff Shroom. Just poison explosion on death, AoE 6. Alright, let's look at spells. See how we get all those things. Hydra Hatchlings. You get 5 plus 1/2 for 4 nature gems. Summon Poison Mushrooms in combat. Range 15. You get 3 of those. That seems pretty questionable for 1 nature gem, considering they definitely can't move, right? Yeah. Oh no, they combat speed 2. I don't know how you'd work that in. Primordial Blob. You get 2 for 4 nature gems. That seems pretty strong. I mean, they have low protection, granted, and 35 hit points. But if you put Moss Body on these things... yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, Moss Body will pop relatively quickly most of the time. They do have Blunt Pierce resist, but any slashing damage almost certainly will pop it. So it's more about eating corpses in order to get really high hit points. But yeah, it could be pretty good. Mosquito Swarm, that's a combat summon. You get 1 for 40 minus fatigue. The Giant Snail, 1 for 4 nature gems. Yes. I think that's a fun summon to just put right out front, all the way up front. With their 4 combat speed. Just put them all the way at the front of the battlefield, spitting poison. They have 23 protection, 54 hit points. It's going to take quite a bit for them to get killed. And by the time they're close, you know, the rest of the army will already be there. So that seems like what we're going to summon. I'd love to put Moss Body on them, but they're just too slow. Like, it's just not going to work. I'd have to put my mages way far up into the enemy's butthole for that to work. So, yeah, hard to say. Enlarge Hydra, you get 1 Hydra for 12 nature gems. Okay. Alteration, the Sucking Earth. Earth, Water, range 25, 2+1 area effects. Covers them in sludge. So I assume it's a slime effect. Okay. Evocation. Nothing. Construction. We get the Medusa Bow. 3 shots each. 12 magic piercing, range 50, plus paralyzing poison. It's you know, something nice to just throw on to like your commanders that are just standing there doing nothing anyways. Will I actually do that? I don't know, but it's something I probably should do more often. Enchantment. We get Enchant Oozmen, 10 plus 1/2 for 7 nature gems. Not very dangerous, but slime their attackers. Primordial Giant. You get 1 for 5 nature gems. That seems pretty good. Curse of the Mire. 2 water, 2 nature. Battle enchantment. 1 water gem. Copy the spell Quagmire. What's Quagmire? All units without Swamp Survival suffer -1 attack, -1 defense, +2 encumbrance, and -20% combat speed. There is no save. It just happens. And since we're already going for, like, the paralyzing shit, the poison, fatigue, that already is going to lower their attack, defense, and cause a lot of fatigue. This is pretty beautiful. So yes, we will want Curse of the Mire as much as we can. That's going to be a pretty key part of our strat. That's great. Thaumaturgy, Sleep Spores, 2 nature, range 30, area effect 3+1, 20 minus fatigue, induces sleep. It will not discriminate between friend and foe. It's fairly precise, but it's also a large area effect. We could put Undreaming on our Sacreds to really take advantage of this, because it is a pretty good effect. Although the range is kind of slight. I don't know if we'll go out of our way for our Stat Bless to give them that, though. So, hard to say. Blood Magic, we get Venom Eye, 1 blood, 1 nature combat spell. Range 30, 1 person. Paralyze +9. Armor negating, MR negates. I don't know how good that is. 30 minus fatigue, 100% casting time, range 30. For a paralyze +9. Well, I mean, anti-thug. Yes. Hell yeah. But we don't fight thugs. So unless they're going to bring out something really big. Vile Experiments, 2 blood, 1 nature, rituals, 15 blood slaves, 40 plus. It's a mid-level crossbreeding spell. It creates more spawn for the same blood slave cost, but has higher path requirements. Primordial Presence, you get for 80 blood slaves. Could be fun. And that's it. Okay, yes. So, we want Rainbow. The biggest rainbow anyone's ever seen. So we could go for the gray ones. It's a Trinity. They start with 3 paths for 110. But, I mean, the Crone is basically the same cost. We may as well be the Serpent King, though, all things considered. Yep. Imprisoned Serpent King. 710 points. How about 790 points? Let's do it. $29 bless points. That's pretty good, except that's not quite correct, because we want more Dominion than that. There you go. 26 plus points. That's fine. Although we could take heat. Okay, 27. So, little extra poison resist. Good. We want Enchanted Blood. We want Undying times 5. We want Blood Surge. Then we have 12 bless points. We could go for more defense. We could dip into that a little bit. But the main thing, like I said, we want is just big strength. So we want Strength of the Flesh. Strength of the Flesh. Strength of the Flesh. We'll go 2 more attack. And we'll throw a defense in. That's our bless. Yeah. And we're just going all in on poison. I probably could get other elemental resistances. We could ditch the attack and defense and grab fire, cold, and shock resist. And if I were playing multiplayer, that would be a smart thing for you to do. But we're not. Also, I didn't get Order 2, so we can't actually get all that. Unless I take Misfortune 1 and 5 Dominion. Which is what we're going to do. Although, We'll give up 1 on dying. In order to get Dominion 6, because we do want a lot of our sacreds. That's what it is. That's what it be. That's what we're doing. Mashangama. All praise Mashangama. Good. Good, good. That's it. That's all she wrote. For research, like I said, getting Curse of the Mire online is going to be pretty important. And then we'll also need the water lens for 1 water gem. So 5 enchantments, 5 construction. I'll go, no sneaky. So it requires 2 water, 2 nature, right? To cast that. So 25% of these Witch Kings can cast it out the gate. But it's probably easier to just have a Marsh Witch do it with a Thistle Mace. 2 water and a Thistle Mace. Alright, with the full Bless online then, these guys have 13 hit points in the base form, 10 protection, 14 defense, 14 MR, 17 morale, 16 attack on their spear for 22 piercing damage, good god, 19 range on the darts, which is awesome, that's another side benefit, for 19 piercing, making them much more likely to actually apply the poison. And then there's the second form, which we'll see. I don't really trust much else with that. We're up against Scalaria. Bit of a bummer, because he does have quite a lot of shields. He's got tower shields on numerous things. Basically, his entire army is tower. Fuck. But, you know, some of these don't have amazing armor. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff, we're going to be going through 29 protection with our darts. And with 19 piercing, that means on average, we're not going to fatigue these guys out. We'll see. Worst comes to worst, though. I mean, like, our tentacles. This guy doesn't have Blood Surge active, but that would add even more. That's gonna add, what, 3 strength, right? Yes. Pretty sure. So the armor-piercing tentacles will do, like, 14 damage. Just pretty nuts. Worst comes to worst, we actually could do it where we ditch the Androphage archers. Just to make it easier. And then just cast Foul Vapors at the start of battle. But I'm investing heavily in archers when he has massive amounts of tower shields. So that alone probably is not smart, but I don't really have many heavy hitters. So it's kind of hard to say. If I can get Foul Vapors going, it's going to do very well against him. Because he's got kind of slow-moving troops. Unless he took Poison Resist, but yeah, it's only on his Sacreds. Trying to just build up money. We could start site searching with just some... No, because... Well... Hard to say. We should relook over our summons to see what our best bet is with this new information. So Hydra hatchlings might be pretty solid with poison clouds. They're kind of slow and undisciplined. They only have 4 protection. It's kind of tricky then to put Moss Body on them because they're undisciplined. So are the Hydras. But the Hydras have 80 hit points, 8 protection, 12 defense, regen 10%, fear 5, blunt pierce resist, poison 25, recuperation, poison cloud 8, unsurroundable 4, with 4 lesser head attacks and the great head attack. But mostly it's about the poison cloud. Because I think he has a lot of pierce damage. He's got mostly spears. The Hydras could be viable. The Primordial Blob... Yeah, the armor-piercing tentacles are pretty nice. Even though they have kind of low attack. But Hydra probably wins out in the long run. The Giant would be pretty good, though. Because that will smash through a lot of stuff. 10 attack, 34 damage. I mean, the attack's not great. But especially if we put Moss Body on this thing, it's disciplined and has speed 10. Pierce resistance, like, yeah. Maybe... Oh, we also like the giant snails are going to be great. Yeah, we want snails. I want snails, goddammit. So that's Conjuration 4. You get 1 for 4 nature gems. That's going to be really easy to spam. The Hydra, though, is Conjuration 6 and requires 12 nature. That's a lot trickier to spam every turn. So let's focus for now on getting Quagmire, because that's going to help us in the initial spurts of battle. We mostly want to get temples going, though, so that I can get more sacreds. I don't think my dudes are throwing darts, because I have net still in there. Or no, maybe I don't. Maybe they are throwing, I just don't see it. He's not expanding too well, obviously. Our money's not coming along too well. Okay, he's definitely throwing the darts. Alright, good. I don't really trust heavy cab, but it'd be nice to finish this off. Let's go ahead and make a palisade here. We can have that in place by the time he gets there. That's good. Alright, good. Good. Dealt well enough. Yeah, we're gonna stick with this strat. Good. That was a big one. All right. We need to get a breach out there. Medusa is my cheapest? No. Well, the lady in waiting is sacred at least. Five doppelgangers. From what? Poison? They have lots of poison resist. You tell me, man. You tell me. Oh, there's their second form. We never looked at that. They have 18 hit points in the second form, 0 protection, 14 MR, 16 morale, fear 5, dagger, 15 damage, and 2 stingers, 13 attack, 13 piercing, plus strong poison. Well, with armor, that is a kind of nasty assassin. Too bad we're playing single player. And it's frickin'... Stop clicking that. Frickin' pointless. Alright, now we definitely want to get PD up so we don't lose a temple or two. We can get one of these going there. Let's get 16 PD on everything. Eventually. Tax minus 80%. You out of your damn mind. Hey, Scalaria, you want to be buddies? Research is coming along fairly well. And then once our god arrives, we'll be doing some big site searching. All the gems. Yeah, so my own archers are killing my own warriors, which is kind of surprising, but I guess it does hurt. Because let's see, we got 12, 31 kills. It's hard, it's impossible to tell because their poison damage killed a bunch of them. I could go there, but I'm not going to. We just want to be buddies with Scalaria. Hold off the war as long as we can, because we are pretty close to the mire. Well, he refused and immediately attacked. We didn't have our blessing there, so that hurts. We lost 12 doppelgangers. Those are not plentiful. Alright. We exist here. It is what it is. He's got ghouls and dispossessed spirits. He's going to be all up in the water. It's going to be obnoxious. There's just not much we can do about that. Oh, I didn't notice there was an arena. I just want to get temples so we can have heat everywhere instead of his bullshit cold. Although I don't even think he has cold scales. I don't know what to think. We have Conjuration 4, so now just give me giant snails every turn. He attacked Dubros, as expected. Well, that makes it a little tricky, doesn't it? Can't cross back, so we'll see how this goes. After construction 5, I think Foul Vapors is our best strat. Ditch the archers entirely, at least on Nace, on defense, and just have them cast Foul Vapors. The witches will need Serpent Rings, but that's easy. Actually, getting up to Foul Vapors with 4 nature... well, It's 4 nature, 1 water, 2 gems. So really we just need 2 nature. No. So okay. 2 nature, which is pretty rare. As it turns out, we only have 1 of those. Thistle Mace to 3. And then you need 3 nature gems to upcast. Cornucopia and Fairy in a bottle. We'll have to wait for our guy to come out, though. The archers there got 13 kills. And we lost 9. So I think we're better off without the archers already, you know? Sad to say. In which case, if I'm not going to go with archers, we might just want to make troops for now, like Witch Guard. I'd love to have had Witch Guards with Poison Resist. We can apply Poison Resist for the purpose of Foul Vapors. Like, we could bring along extra Nature Mages to cast Poison Ward. It's 20 plus area effect, plus 10 Poison Resist for 1 gem, and 2 Nature. So, it's not really that out of the realm. So, let's go with Witch Guards. I would pick, like I said, the Spearman or something, or the Raider with the Paralytic Darts, but the Paralytic Darts aren't going to do much compared to just having higher base damage. So we're just going to have these guys come out here. Money's tight. Yeah, we just need Dominion here. Gotta just hold for the moment. Yeah, that's what I was sort of worried about. Okay, we're good here, so let's cross back over. Okay, hold and fire closest. Hold and fire archers. Then we got the snails now, which are just going to be fire closest all the way up front. We're going to be further back. And as for the script, they can all cast Moss Body. We're well aware of that. Also, Tangle Vines could be maybe viable. We don't have Moss Body, of course, so we don't have many options for buffing. I can Envenom Arrows, which I think is going to be an extra poison roll, but again, it's really unlikely to do much. So, alright, Envenom Arrows twice, and then Tangle Vines. No buffs. 15 archers, 16 doppelgangers. No snail died. They didn't get many kills, although it's hard to say on the poison aspect. I mean, how much... Yeah, how much poison... How many poison kills did we get? So we killed directly 62, 65, 67. He lost 126. So, like, half his deaths were from poison. Which is pretty good. I imagine, like, all his lictors died from poison. Do I leave archers out? Are they a liability? Right now, I kind of need all the help I can get, so I'm not super tempted to do so. Fuck. Can cross over into Dubros. Fuck. Not gonna hold. He attacked Dubros. And now took it. Fuck. I cannot get my Dominion here, and it's desperately needed. He's gonna take this. He's gonna keep fucking me. And I can't hold. I have to give up PD here again to go to the south. Hold the Deadlands. He's gonna hit Nace, but I don't care. Our god arrived. That's good. That's your poison spit? Fuck. I thought it was gonna be like Breath of the Dragon or something. Shit, that wasn't impressive at all. We lost a snail to some spell. Some wizardry. Should I instead have my guy just cast Foul Vapors for us to hold until we can get ourselves properly situated? Maybe. Let's see how this goes first. It is a pretty big force. And he's got his fucking Shade Beasts. He lost. That's pretty bad. So he's got Ether Warriors. He's got Long Deads. He's got Long Dead Horsemen, Principes, Velites, Shades, Shade Beasts, Soulless Warriors. Foul Vapor is not going to do anything to any of these. I just lost my Prophet. I just lost basically everything. Well, we still have a decent number of Warriors and Archers, but we're pretty fucked. We're pretty fucked. his cold scale is 3, I'm pretty sure. 2 or 3, compared to my heat 1. His dominion's way harder than mine. So I mean, this is a crucial junction where I need to maintain heat, and I can't. So we're just fucked. This was a very bad matchup for numerous reasons. Because my best counter to like a heavy infantry tower shield military is foul vapors and poison. But then he also has just shit tons of undead because he has a shit ton of death gems. Also, he has temples everywhere and is now like kind of unstoppable. I don't what even is my counter anymore? Like I have the Mire thing, but not really. Damn it. Such a bad matchup. Imagine like almost any other MA nation. How many nations have that many tower shields and undead? Well, none. But how many other nations have tower shields? Because a big part of our strategy was going in a lot in on these paralytic darts and poison arrows. And we got countered fucking hard on that. Fuck it, I'm starting over. Damn. Damn. I hate that, because it's just like, you should be able to beat any nation. But 1v1 against mighty AI is not always easy. A bad matchup is a bad matchup. Everything is beatable, of course. But I just couldn't... I thought I could hold a little better than that with our sacreds, but they're kind of just melting. Did we do the right strat? In general, I mean, most MA nations, it's really good. What we had was really good. Now, we depended on Enchanted Blood and Undying. We could add just hit points. Because then, like, say we add 5 hit points. Just straight up, without the regen. These guys would have 10 in their base form and 20 in their secondary form. That's not bad. That would save us a lot of points on Undying and Enchanted Blood. I don't know where I'd put the points. We could put it towards something a bit bigger, Incarnate, and go for that. Yeah, just looking at sloth options, but nothing will be nearly as good for our sacreds. There is theoretically benefit in having a monster, but no, I think this wins out in the long run. Okay. Well, so we know for a fact that we want Blood Surge. It's just too damn good. They'll probably nerf it in the next game, I imagine. We want a little poison resist. We do want a good amount of strength. But let's take Resilient. It's not something we often take, because usually we like the combo of Enchanted Blood and 5 Undying, because it adds technically more health. But it is more expensive. You do get the MR and the fact that it's a regen, but most of the times on low protection, something like our units, the regen isn't really going to be much impact. You're basically just taking it to compensate for the Undying effect. So with that, we have 15 points. We could take Bark Skin for 6 points. It's a pretty significant defense bump. But if we go up against a Fire Nation, we're 100% fucked. I could take a little Fire Resist just to compensate, but then you're talking about 8 Bless points for +7 natural protection. I assume these guys don't have any natural. Oh, they have 3, so it does work out pretty well. That means in their base form, they'll have like 14 or 15 protection. That is fairly significant. And I think it's worth giving up some damage just for that. So we're going to take that. I think then just like Strength of the Flesh. Strength of the Flesh. I could take Blur, which is, damn it. Blur is essentially, for most conditions, +2 defense for 3 points instead of actually taking 2 defense. But there are obviously a lot of things that bypass Blur. Either that or I take an attack and heroism. It's just a question of, do my guys live long enough for it to be worth it? Now, had I had solar weapons against Scalaria, honestly, that would have been pretty obscene, because that would have worked on my darts and my sword. We could go for a weapon bless. Alright, we'll grab solar weapons and ditch one Resilient. Or do I want to do that? I really don't want to take Drain. But I also don't know if I want to take Death. I guess. We usually have enough money in the long run. There you go. Alright, we'll do that. So we will eventually have Bark Skin. See how it goes. We do lose a good amount to friendly fire. So I think once we have Bark Skin, I'm willing to take archers, but in the early run, I think we'd rather just have Witch Guards. Oh, right, research. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, we generally want the same thing. Forest trolls could prove problematic. We'll see how it goes. Pretty sure. Oh, they don't have poison resist. Wow. We're up against Arcoscephaly. Ho ho, you're such a fucking kidder. Well, they don't really have tower shields, so that's good. They do have a Hoplons, which is something. Still not great, but it's a lot better. I mean, a hell of a lot better. Yeah, otherwise it's sort of a similar concept. But they don't have the undead. They're gonna plague me. And they shouldn't really have too cold on their scales. Just want to get here relatively quickly. Start getting that fort up. Except I have no damn money. Witch guards aren't super cheap. Okay. Giant snails. It's hard to say. That poison spit I thought was going to be better. I don't know why I thought that. I could have just looked at it. The primordial ooze or whatever might be better now. 23 protection is pretty good. If we look at these guys, that's 14 piercing, 14 piercing, 13 piercing, 13 piercing. Yeah, I mean, depending on their bless, and they're not gonna have a random bless. Depending on their bless, they're gonna really struggle to break through 23 piercing, so it's probably still the best bet. Or 23 protection. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Yeah, we need another guy. But we also need more money. Ah, he is there. Shit. Okay, oh god. He's gonna attack immediately. He's got a pretty hefty bunch. We need full PD. Ditch that. Get more PD. Make him think twice for a moment. He didn't think twice. Doesn't have any elephants. That's a strong point in our favor. He's outnumbered. That's a point in our favor. We still lost. God fucking damn it! That's $1,000 down the drain, and now I have to beat him. Yep, that's what I was worried about. I was hoping he would attack me, but he didn't. Damn it. Alright, well, we just have to put up PD and hope that something happens. Nice. That worked out. Although he probably moved back. No, he's still here. Like, no poison applied whatsoever. Not great, but bark skin will help a lot. Alright, let's just get there, hold the line, and enjoy ourselves. We'll make it happen. Okay, good. Now he has heat scale 2, so we're all good on that front. Good, good, good. So we just want to get the palisade, start getting temples, get another army to clear out all this bullshit. He's going to be going up here soon with all his heat energy. Okay. He's got chariots. It's not great. PD still got cludged. Alright, we won at great personal cost. Well, 7 sacreds, 7 witch cards. It's not fantastic. But it'll have to do. Are you still getting clutched behind me at that point? Good. Okay. He's running a little bit out of steam at the moment. Which is good. Yeah, we're holding it. We're making more than we're losing every turn. That's the hallmark. Slowly but surely get that money up. All right, you have enough to go out. Try not to lose sacreds. Lose witch cards if possible. Five more sacreds. Those damn chariots, man. Sucks. We gotta just get temples set up before I can worry about increasing anything else. Mm-hmm. Monies! Please, money! God's still 10 turns away. In Construction 5, that's good. We're going to go Enchantment 6 then. No, go Conjuration 4, then Enchantment 6. Start getting the snails. We bumped. Not too bad. We are losing quite a bit here, though. Numbers are going down. So he is already up in the mountains, meaning that this is going to be constantly beset. I don't think I can afford to leave it. So we're going to have to send some mages over with reinforcements. Alright, just give me a turn. I need PD. Sad to say, and it's Lizard Warrior PD, so it's pretty good. Alright. Good. Do want a fucking lab here and everything, but one piece at a time. Druid's Grave, good. Construct the temple, keep moving. You can wait here. Our god has arrived. Okay, our sacred should be fighting fit. So with everything then, this guy has 3 experience stars, so he's pretty beefy, but 11 hit points, 15 protection, 17 defense with shield, 13 MR, 22 morale, recuperation, poison resist 10, 17 attack on the spear, 22 damage, and 19 range on the darts, 14 precision, 19 piercing. Max 1, poison, blah, blah, blah. That's pretty good. Also solar weapons, which isn't a super insane thing, especially because they have pretty good protection. But dice rolls are dice rolls, you know, and it's more dice rolls. I don't like that my commanders are in there. They are at least cavalry. I think if I die, I spawn these doppel spawn. Just want to see. This guy's got a limp. Okay, do I have any ones without a fucking injury that are converted? No. Right, well, ignoring... Okay, this is just Battle Fright. Right, so once converted, they have 20 hit points, 18 protection, 15 defense with the shield, 16 attack on the spear for 21 damage, and this is with 2 XP, but whatever. 16 attack on both tentacles for 13 armor piercing. That's phenomenal. And 16 attack, 23 armor piercing, life drain. That's really good. Also solar weapons on all that. Despite that, we still narrowly won. Jesus, that was quite a bit. Yeah, the chariots are the biggest problem. So I think at this point we need the archers to come in and target large. We have to bring down the chariots before they can cause problems. We're going to do that. You are going to site search now. You are going to forge a thistle mace. You are going to start summoning giant snails forever. Once we get the thistle mace, we can get cornucopias. No, we need water lenses. Okay, never mind. Just make a water lens. That's all we need. Okay, that was better. Chariot's not doing almost anything. Lizard warriors are doing very well for us up there. Okay, you with a thistle mace and water lens. Tell me you can just cast this quagmire shit, which should help quite a lot. Yep, you can. Get your ass to Mars. Make another thistle mace, because we want foul vapors next. Maybe. Yes, I suppose I still do. It's pretty good. It's a riskier strat, I guess, but it's pretty good. Would be nice at some point if I can muster enough forces to go take this castle from it. That would be pretty good. Okay, now you can make a cornucopia. Okay. Good. Good. Oh, actually, we want to see this in effect now. Curse of the Mire. So, their attack reduced. Or how does this work? Oh, maybe it doesn't affect riders? Affect Cherry? No. Well, there's swamp penalty. Oh, I guess that's... But no, swamp penalty should be more than that. Swamp penalty is 1? +2. Oh, maybe it was -1 attack, -1 defense. +2 encumbrance, -20% combat speed. That's what it all was. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, then we just need our big guy to do fairy in a bottle, and we'll have it. Hmm. Probably something else I can cast, though. Well, I can cast Group Regeneration quite a bit. It's kind of nice. Wouldn't take much to actually put... We need more nature gems. Our goal is to kind of get Mother Oak up pretty fast, so then I can get Thistle Maces on everybody with 2 nature. And do some nice shenanigans with that. But I'm going to sneak you in. You're going to go here. You're going to construct a temple here first, and then a lab. After enchantment 6... I mean... Oaken Army is good. Even though we already have Barkskin on our Sacred, so it's not, like, absurdly good. But we do want Alteration 5 for Mother Oak, so we're going to go down that anyways. It also gives us Moss Body if I suddenly... Because if I brought in, like, all these mages, like, let's just say I brought in this many, you know, all cast Moss Body 3 times. Like, that's a pretty significant effect. Alright, so I technically could cast Foul Vapors if I wanted to. We'd have to leave the... Well, no, I mean, we wouldn't have to. But it might behoove us to do so. Let's say we have you get me a snake ring, and you make her a snake ring. We have 2 snake rings. I need a 3rd snake ring. I need a 3rd snake ring. Let's just make it 3rd snake ring. Okay. Not too bad. So... Snake ring. Snake ring. Snake ring. Serpent already has poison 35, and our Sacred, obviously, will be fine. Good. So now you're going to patrol, and you're going to cast... Foul Vapors. And what will probably fuck me over. We're going to see how it goes. In that case, we probably want to be as far back as possible. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. We're going to make more of these. And we're going to keep making archers. I don't think Foul Vapors... Eventually, we should be able to sustain the army without it. Or we should have the, whatever, serpent's big blessing. The big ball serpent blessing. Enchantment 7. Serpent's blessing, yeah. Which doesn't really cover you completely from it, but yeah, if we also get army regeneration, then it's pretty much fine. Alright, let's see how it happens. He came in with a pretty hefty army, lots of chariots. There it is, foul vapors. Didn't seem so hot. We lost a witch. The Quagmire one, Curse of the Mire. We lost 10 sacreds. But he lost 161, so could have been better, could have been worse. Okay, well, you've been promoted. No, you're not good. I need a 2 water. You. Ura. Need a lot more sacreds. We're starting to get money, so why don't you start building a palisade here? Yeah, it would be nice to just take the range of shadow, but we'll hold off on that. Really need more nature gems. None of that is nature gems. Oh, you also need the ring. You don't need a ring. She needs the ring. Yeah, any troops I give you that aren't sacreds will just die from the poison, so try not to die from the poison. More PD probably will help, just to kludge. Although certainly the we risk HP routing, I guess. You certainly have big poison resist, so you'll be fine. Alright, beyond that, we could go down. We could go down a lot of things. Army regen would be pretty insane. It also gives us Gift of Health, which is really good. And Serpent's Blessing. So I suppose Enchantment 8 is potentially the smartest option compared to Oaken Army. For now. Fungus Forest sounds good. Oh, I'm sure you haven't been everywhere, man. Devil's Den. Increase unrest by 15. The hell, man? Our upkeep's high, man. Those 40 marsh witches are dragging us down. They're not sacreds. They're cheap, but they're not sacred. But I think in the long run, they was still the best idea, but we just have too many of them now. So pool it. Grove of Evergreens, Witch's Bog, Glen of Verdant Greenery. Excellent finds. 6 nature gems a turn now. Alright. Yeah, we're good, we're good. We're gonna get Mother Oak then once he gets back. Things will work out. He is gonna hit me with something big. But he's gonna get hit with something big himself. So, bigness. Alright, he just moves stuff around because he's a weirdo. It's all good. We have another 96 sacreds. Maze, Lantern Forest, Singing Tree. Nice, very nice. Another 2 Astral, 1 Nature, 1 Fire, 2 Glamour. And soon we will have all the big globals. Gift of Health and everything, because he can just cast Gift of Health. Done. We got Dominion 7 here. Ho 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 ho. Gonna be good, baby. Excellent. We stabilized. Unrest everywhere. Thundertop Mountain and Blood Splatter Pattern. There's a lot of unrest happening. It is killing my income. I don't know what's happening, but it's problematic. I might have to cast Riches from Beneath, which is 5 Earth, so I need Earth Boots and cast that just to help the income a little bit. I'm sure there's something that helps with reduce unrest. God, that's a good question, right? I mean, what would it even be? Bottom Morgana. Really? Yeah, unrest -10 per turn everywhere you have Dominion. And also you get the illusionary PD, but it's Glamour 7. He's got Glamour 4. We can get up to 6 pretty easily. And then I'd have to Empower, but I think we might be able to do that. It's the only thing that's going to save my income at this point. Due to all this unrest happening. Right. So... he must have some shit, right? He's got something. I don't think he has a commander that's doing this, but he must have some stupid ass spell or I don't know. It's definitely not a global. All right, cast Mother Oak. Let's get that up to start. Battle in Nace. Here we go. Ooh, pretty significant. Well, fucking wyverns landed on both my mages. Ended Foul Vapors real fast. Fuck. I knew I should have just given him Sacred PD. That was dumb. Alright, we got that. Next, it would be Gift of Health. Yeah. Make that happen. Okay. Okay. Dump all this shit in there. You don't need any of that. We have mages here. So you with a Thistle Mace and the Water Lens. You can cast the Quagmire effect. Slow him down. And I am going to give you... just a little guard, just to help. I also probably should just make you some fucking armor. And then Foul Vapors... where did the Cornucopia go? Okay, we lost the Cornucopia. That's pretty annoying. Fine. For now, make the Cornucopia and we hope he doesn't attack. Right, we're gonna have Gift of Health up though, so that makes our everything good. Makes all the PD really good and all that. We lost our profit somehow. Your guess is as good as mine. And 42 sacreds. It's getting a little worse now. It's getting a little worse now. Oh, you were still on research because I'm an idiot. You have that. So now you... oh, right. We need the poison ring. I apparently lost the other poison ring, so... snake, make the snake ring. Okay, next is, Fata Morgana. Granted, Mechanical Militia is in some ways better and in some ways easier, and I have quite a lot of Earth Gems. So we just need Construction 8 compared to Thaumaturgy No, we already can do Fata Morgana. Yeah, okay. So that's gonna be the, we'd still need Construction 7 for the other Glamour booster. So all we have access to is the Veil. That's it. Okay, what else you got? Oh yeah, we can do Primordial Giants now. That's probably worth it. We could do Haunted Forests. Anyone killed in God's Dominion creates an undead mannequin. But I don't have quite enough gems yet. Now we do. That is a lot of fucking dudes. And we immediately lost that mage. Instantly, man. Oh my God, Gift of Health is just so good. And we got free mannequins out the ass now that all have 16 hit points, pierce resist, sleep binds. So, okay. Obviously, I can't protect my mages without heavy gear. We lost the Marsh Witch. We lost 18 more Sacreds. He only lost his mount. That's 415. We have more money. Just get big fucking PD there and hold on to your butts. Okay. We could get army regen with 5 nature, 4 gems. That's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. We'd basically need the Tree Lord staff. Bump you up to 4. And then I would need the Thing of Gaia at Construction 7. The Eye of Gaia. Yeah, that would be the only way. Pretty phenomenally strong, but then it's like, I still have this issue of keeping you alive. But yeah, I mean, I could deck them out in fucking full black steel plate. Like, I just need them to cast one spell and not die. So, there's that. Make Kithronic Lion Pelt or something. Okay. We're gonna want the Gossamer Veil, so just go ahead and make me one of those. For now, just research. We're hoping that this guy's able to just hold on. Actually, fuck it. There you go, skirmish formation. Yeah, alright. Still losing 8 Sacreds. Still could be better. Okay. Do still believe in foul vapors. All right. I need another thistle mace, please. My music end? Has it really been that long? Holy shit. Because we started over. This game's going on long. Alright, he's at 5 glamour. We need 7 total. We are still a ways off from construction 7. There are various other things I could cast, but I don't know how many other globals we want up. That unrest thing seemed to have stopped. So maybe I am better off with mechanical militia. In which case, just make some earth boots. And we'll say fuck it and go to construction 8. Alright, this is with foul vapors. Except now he doesn't have his wyvern, so it's kind of useless. How am I losing? Oh, because they're not blessed. That's right. Fuck. Go here. You can at least participate in the battle. Even though you'll possibly die. Make another one of those Kithronic Lion Pelts. And make him, sure, that. And make him Boots of the Messenger. That's all I mostly care about. I see you, you fuck. Eyes of God was cast. We can get a new prophet now. Yes, he is in the water, and it's pretty annoying. Yeah, fine. Because I wanted you to sit here and cast fucking Primordial... Not Primordial Blob. Primordial Giant. Again and again and again and again. Okay. Okay. We're somewhat stable. I wish my Dominion was a little better, but we'll get there. At a certain point, we might want to focus on Astral and just start cranking out Juggernauts if we want to win. But for right now, I'm more interested in just getting Fata Morgana up. No, Mechanical Militia up. Because he is in the water, skulking around, and that's pretty annoying. Primordial Giants. 116 hit points, 12 protection. Yeah, 116 is a lot. They are magic beings, but he can handle that. just be here to punch shit. Construction 8 is about 5 turns off. Just get your astral cord severed, bro. That weak ass shit out of here. This part is getting a little iffy now. He's kind of focused on that. Mechanical militia will save it, but we gotta get there. Okay. Alright, after Construction 8, we want the thing that gives us, like, a shit ton of Astral Gems. Which is, the Arcane Nexus. Could live with Stellar Focus, which is 10 pearls per month. And if we just convert all our other gems to Astral, it's probably easier. So I guess we'll just go for that. In which case, I don't know what we're going to go for. I guess go for Alteration 8 and Evocation. Okay, we lost 17 Sacreds. Primordial Giants got 14 kills. That was good. He lost 449. I assume Foul Vapors was cast, but actually I don't think it was. No, it definitely wasn't. Also, that's terrifying. Pretty much we won due to Gift of Health and the Haunted Forest effect, which gives us just a massive army of mannequins. We grow stronger off of him. Good. A little scary, but good. Supposed to be casting that, but sure. There you go. Okay. Now you're going to cast Mechanical Militia with your Earth Boots on. Now let's watch it with our Mechanical Militia. And Foul Vapors. God. We lost 4 Sacreds. He lost 579. Balance has been restored. Life is good. Alright, so we got Mechanical Militia. Then, now we want to cast... We are encroaching on the limit here. We need 5 Astrals, so I need to make the coin. That's fine, we can make that. I can never find that damn coin. Blends in so well. And you're going to cast, once you equip it, Stellar Focus. Put 80 into it. I would dispelled one of my own, which is pretty bad because I probably dispelled like Gift. No, I dispelled Mother Oak. That's okay. It's better than Gift of Health. Or, yeah, I guess if I had to pick one of mine to remove, it would be that one. Everything else is really helping us hold the line now. Good. Good. So at this point, then, we need him to just make juggernauts until the end of the game. Something like that. Yep. That'll do it. I lost my guy there, but that's alright. Not that big of a deal. We have a pretty good amount of money. We could make sure we got decent PD everywhere. You want the iron flies, if possible. Wow, I didn't have PD on any of these spots. What the hell was I doing? Okay. Pretty big army, bro. Pretty big army. Why is that my color? Okay, we are way under him on Dominion, so we need a lot of juggernauts. Shall we watch? He's bringing a lot of flying units. It's a little scary. Yeah, we lost our foul vapors. It doesn't matter. Foul vapors is not necessary at this stage. Yeah. Bummer, but it's really hard to keep them alive. So, it's whatever. All that matters is holding here and big juggernaut energy. Yep. It's working, Peter. You're doing it, Peter. Yeah, boy. I'm gonna have to assume he's not making juggernauts. Yeah, I mean, this is what we do. This is what we do, baby. This is how you win against stupid AI. You spam juggernauts over and over. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could go for that. Oh no, we have to pick astral or nature shit. Or am I just... No, okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind, I'm an idiot. But level 8 astral, there's no way he's ever getting that. No, he's way too far off, so... Yeah, fuck it. It doesn't matter, we'll win. We have enough gems. That's pretty terrifying. Okay. Well, we're not being besieged, so we won. But this is an insane amount of arrow units. I can't believe my commander didn't die. My god. What a champ. Yeah. We lost 12 sacreds. He lost 814. Tough luck, chum. Yep, we're doing well. We got pretty solid Dominion here. Pretty solid Dominion here, you know, here. We're working our way in, slowly but steadily. Oh, get your astral cord severed while we're at it. In between working on giant juggernauts that prove how awesome my god is. Severs your fucking astral cord. Yeah, we got plenty of gems, man. Shoot an arrow at my god? You watch your damn mind. Doesn't even bother him. Mama Gaga? I have a unit named Mama Gaga? It's got one province left. Victory. Beautiful. When we do rainbow mages, that's the strat, you know, because you can get so many crazy globals. You get an infinite amount of astral pearls, which means an infinite amount of juggernauts, and he just cannot compete unless he's also spamming juggernauts. But what are the odds of that? So we had let's see here. No, we had, stop it, asshole. Trying to select the juggernaut. Fine. Just want to know. Okay, 33 juggernauts. That's 33 additional temple checks every turn. Yeah, on a map like this, when he only had, like, I don't know. I assume he had one everywhere. Let's assume he had one in every spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 33. Yeah, it's hard to compete. Okay. Well, that took a while, but we won. It was a fun experience. As for Androphagia, well, not bad. I think there were a couple options here as far as, like, we could have not, well, so we went all in on Sacreds because we were doing the Foul Vapors thing, but honestly, that was kind of a bit overrated, but partly that was because we're going up against an air nation that has just a shit ton of griffins and great eagles and draconians and all that. It's hard to keep the mages alive. But assuming we didn't do that, I think it's tricky. The Androphage archers, like, you want to use this, right? Because it's a poison bow. You really do need to get the poison resist spells. You need Serpent's Blessing or something. But even then, like, they have 13 piercing. That is fairly painful to your Witch Guard still. So you're going to get a lot of kills on your own units with that, with composite bows. You do have access to a bit of Earth. So Legion of Steel would kind of shore that up. And then obviously, like, Oaken Army would help it completely. But in the early game, I just don't think you can use Androphage archers with pretty much any unit except your Sacred, depending on their Bless. And depending on Incarnates and stuff. The Sacreds are decent. I mean, I don't know if we went with the best Bless. We obviously went with a very heavy stat Bless. And again, the Paralytic Darts is really good if they don't have big shields. But, I mean, a lot of nations do. A lot of nations have shields. And I'm grateful for that when I'm playing most nations. But, yeah, it makes the Paralytic Darts a little tricky. Even with big strength upgrades. It's a good effect. But I don't think you can really rely on it. in most cases. So beyond that, they're basically standard infantry with spears, which is fine. They're just not particularly notable. I would have loved to have had them with bigger protection. Obviously, the biggest thing is that they have the second shape. And the second shape is theoretically really devastating. It's hard to say. They have the life drain added on, so it might have been worth it to just go max, like, extra health. Like, Undyne 5, Resilient, and the blood health thing that gives you extra health. So that way you'd have an extra 20 health in both forms. So your first form would have 25 health, your second form would have 35 health with life drain. I mean, that alone, along with, like, just blood surge, would probably be enough to make them pretty damn good. Especially once you get Oaken Army online. But that's a nice thing about having, like, just, like, sort of a generic infantry sacred, is there's so many different things you can do about it. And these guys aren't even that generic because of that second form. So there's a lot of different stuff you can do with that. A Weapon Bless goes really hard on their second form with 4 different attacks. They have a life drain on it. They get armor-piercing tentacles. So strength, like I said, is pretty impactful. Yeah, there's a lot of options. It's a bummer that a lot of their roster is just like other generic infantry stuff. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more stuff, but a lot of that is wrapped up in the summons. You get a lot of interesting summons. The primordial blobs could have been pretty good. With 35 hit points and 5 protection. With life drain. I don't know. Oozman, it's just like, they have a nice armor-piercing strangulation, but 15 hit points, 6 protection is just kind of iffy. The Primordial Giants, though, obviously really fun. Giant Snails. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen this as an AoE 1. That's all. At least. Like, I thought it was going to be like Breath of the Dragon or something. I don't know why. But this should really be an AoE 1. They're a size 7 snail spitting a big glob of poison. It should be AoE 1. I'd even like to see, like, Trample, although that's... I mean, Trample wouldn't be that crazy. They only have speed 4. Or maybe just like a slime effect, a Slimer. They cause anyone attacking them to be slimed. I mean, that kind of sort of fits. It's a giant snail. How are you going to argue that? So, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing just some sort of buff and increase the cost of summoning them a little bit. Like 6 gems, but give them Trample, AoE once Poison Spit, and or Slimer or something. But other than that, I mean, they're pretty good. So, I think there's some good ideas here. Yeah. I do like the Sacreds a lot, and I think there's a lot of fun there. And it was a good game. The first try was terrible, but our second try, we got it. For now, though, my name is Mangg. Game watching has been Dominion 6, and I will see you fine folks next time.